Da, 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 da. Hey, kia ora, Helen Browns here, coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling, fun FriYAY. Oh, hang on, we're a little ahead of ourselves for that one. Welcome to the Before the Dirt Nap podcast, number 1422. It is Fun FriYAY. Did you have a fun day today? Ziffy over there, she had a good day today. She had a great day. I am so proud of this puppy. But first of all, so we got to go and have a friend for breakfast. Yeah, we got to go and meet a friend for breakfast. Hi. My brain is fried right now. It's gone. So I got to go meet my friend Eileen for breakfast. We had a great breakfast. It was awesome. We're out on the patio because I had Zeffy with me. And what I had done is that I was like, oh, I really need something for Zeffy to lay on when we're sitting at a table. Maybe that'll make her more settled. Because the last few times I've taken her to restaurants, she's sort of like been all over the place, wanting to go visit the people at the table next door, see what's on their plates, all that sort of thing. It's amazing how far she can get on a 6-foot leash. And but Eileen had us in this little corner where there was no tables around us, which was awesome. And I was trying to figure out what I could take for her to lay on. And I thought, well, the stuff I really need is at the RV, and I don't have time to go and get it before we go there. And so I'm looking all around, and I suddenly spot these two dog blankets, which used to belong to Gus. And I'm like, Now, Gus has been gone 5.5 years. And the one that, and Zebby kind of went and sat on one for a little bit, but then she went and laid on this bigger one, this blue one that had a fleece underlining. And I thought, well, I'm not going to lay the whole thing out. I'm just going to have it in half, and that'll be big enough for her. And when I looked at the mat, I was like, oh, that's the one that Gus was laying on when he passed. When he passed at home. And that was the mat that he was laying on when he passed. And so it was kind of, but she just laid down on it. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, thank you, Gus, for helping Zeffy feel at home. And so I was thankful that Gus's spirit was there helping Zeffy to say, hey, this was my blanket, but you're now welcome to it. And so I thought that was kind of cool. I know some of you won't believe in those sorts of things, but deal with it. That's what I believe in. I deal with everybody else's religion, so you can deal with mine. My beliefs and everything else. Everybody has their own opinion and entitled to their own opinion, and I totally appreciate that. But I was thankful that Gus's spirit was there to encourage Zeffy to lay on this blanket. So we took this blanket with us, and I had her bowls with. I had two collapsible bowls with us so that she could have water in one. And I'd already planned on ordering her one scrambled egg. One. Take note of the one. and so we get to breakfast, and so I get it all set up there. I open up the blanket, fold it in half, and lay it down there for her, and she immediately lays down on the thing. I'm like, yes. And so the waiter comes, oh, I'll go get her some water. And I'm like, great, thanks. So he comes out with this kind of like a cup that you would use, that some places would use for like ice cream, putting a couple of scoops of ice cream in, that sort of thing. It was, or a small soup. So it was about this round, about this high. And he fills it up with water, and I put it down there for Zeffy. And she gets up, she walks, and it's slightly underneath the chair. It's next to her blanket. And there's a chair on my left, and because we're sitting at a square table with 4 chairs around it. And she goes behind the chair and then goes under it to get to the water bowl. And I'm like, it was right next to you. But I have to tell you, then my friend Eileen said, like, oh, we've got to take pictures. And so she did a selfie with her and I there together. Then she takes this picture of Gus. This picture of Gus was awesome. I have to tell you, this is, it was, every time I see it, it makes me smile. I can't not smile when I look at this picture. It's a phenomenal picture. And I'm going to see if I can. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see here. Oh, hang on. I've got to do the present. Share screen. Share that one. And let's see. There you go. Isn't that a phenomenal picture of Zeffy? Oh, hang on. Can you guys actually see that? Oh, yeah, there you go. There it is. I got it. Yes. So that's the picture that Eileen took of Zeffy this morning. It cracks me up every time I see it. It makes me smile. It makes me feel good because she's smiling in it, and you get to see her teeth instead of her usual smile where the mouth is open and you see this beautiful pink tongue in there and all this row of white teeth and everything else. So yeah, so that was my picture with Zeph. That was, and so Eileen actually sent me that picture too, so I was very grateful for that too. But we had a great time catching up. Now we only live like about 20 minutes apart, but our schedules just are all over the place. And when we think we've got a match up, we make an appointment to meet up, and then something happens and we can't. And so we've done this several times. So today we finally got together. So we had a very fun morning. Just sitting there and just talking and learning stuff from each other the whole time. And that's one thing I love when I get to meet with Eileen, because she's such an amazing person. And we just sat there and just talked. Both of us talked, and I learned something from her. I learned stuff from her. She learned stuff from me. And it was just really cool. And then at the end she says, "Oh, I've got to show you this patch thing." And I'm like, okay. And I'm trying to remember what it's called. And so she gets up and she has me stand up with my feet together, and I had to put my hands like this on my sternum, and she tries to put, and so she pushes down on it and causes me to go off balance. And then she does this, and on the side she had me do my arm very, very straight and fist my hand up, and she said, "I'm going to try and lift you." And so yep, she could. I'm like, what the heck? So then she goes and puts this can you see it, this patch on my arm, and this is called Liberty, this particular patch. And so then we do the same exercise again, and she couldn't budge me. I was like, what the heck? It was just like mind blowing. And I was just like, this is really cool. And so we talked some more about it. We sat back down and talked some more about it. I think, yeah, we were there for a couple of hours. But breakfast came. It was amazing. I had asked for one. Remember, I said one scrambled egg for Zeffie. I'm sure there was like 3 scrambled eggs on that plate. 3 eggs in that egg scramble. But I had the plate up next to me, and I got one of her collapsible bowls and just give her little bits at a time. And I have to say, I was impressed with Zeffie. She wasn't as wanting to go searching as much as she did last time. She was a lot calmer this time in the restaurant. It's the first time I have seen her this calm in a restaurant. And she was happy to lay in the sun, lay on her mat, lay off the mat, drink her water, eat her eggs, see what else Mum had on her plate. But she was just really, really good. And she didn't whine. She hardly whined. And I'm just sort of like, I was so proud of her today. She did really, really good. And so if she keeps up this sort of stuff when we go to restaurants and things, I'll be able to take her with me to more places that allow dogs out on patios. And maybe we can go out for dinner together one night, and she gets her little setup. I get my setup. She gets some food ordered for her. I get some food ordered for me, and we can sit and have dinner together. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. We'll give it a try one day. So I was very impressed with how well she did today. And then after we left Eileen, we ran over to Sparkles because I've got Networking Riches is coming out tomorrow, and I have my Networking Riches kit. But it was at the RV, and so I had this post-it with my little list on it, and I said to Zeffie, I says, right, we're going to the RV. This is going to be a quick grab and go. And so I got her out of the car, put her on a long lead, and had the trunk open. Had her. No, I didn't have her door open at the time. I had the trunk open, and I was inside. I pulled out my little list. I grabbed everything off my little list. Looked around. Is there anything else I need? Grabbed a couple of other things I thought could be useful. And on the drive home, I went, highlighters. I went and totally forgot my highlighters. They weren't with my Networking Riches kit because I normally have them in the pen holder thing, which is still sitting on the table in the RV. So we may have to do another run over to the RV tonight to grab the highlighters, because when I'm doing the stuff that I do for Networking Riches, I've got a color coding system. And if I don't have I don't even think I have a yellow one here. What other colors do I have in this thing? Let's see. Oh, I have another yellow one. It's not very helpful. Actually, I might raid the backpack and see what's in the backpack, because sometimes I put highlighters in the backpack for when I'm doing road trips and things. Oh, hang on. Are there any highlighters in my little pencil case? Let's see. These highlighters. Oh, they're more of a fine tip crayon. That's not going to work. I need the highlighter. So yeah, we might have to, although I'll raid my backpack first and see what's in there, because there might be enough in there. I need yellow, I need pink, I need blue, or maybe green. I don't know. Blue and green I switch up depending on my mood. So then we got back here to home, and I had like 30 minutes. I got back here at 11:30 and I had to start work at 12 o'clock. And so got the stuff out of the car, the stuff that we had grabbed, and even remembered to pick up my footstools, which sit underneath the table so I can put my feet up on them. Remembered to grab them this time. So I'm like sitting there in the RV going, what else doing? And there's all this stuff that I still got to take out of there. And I'm like, and then I start hearing this little beep. And I'm like, what the heck is that? Because I know the smoke detector is there in the kitchen, and that's why it's hardwired in. So I'm like, what the heck is beeping? So I go into the bedroom and I hear beep. And I look up, and on the wall where they have the amp meter that shows you how many amps you're using. Unless you're on 50, then it doesn't, just shows you what appliances are on. But if you're using like the 30 amp or 20 amp, it shows you how many amps are being used and by which appliances, and it has the order of the things being used. And I'm like, well, where's this beep coming? And I look up, and I never realized that there's actually a smoke detector in the bedroom, like hard up against the wall. And I'm like, is that what's beeping? And then I waited and beep, and that's where it was coming from. And I'm like, oh, I have no batteries for that. And I'm like, I've had this RV for over 4 years, and I have never once changed that battery. I didn't even, I really didn't even know it was there. And I thought, well, maybe it's the carbon monoxide. And I thought, no, because that's this piece here that says on it's carbon monoxide, not to paint over, blah, 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 blah. But I'd never really noticed this round one up the top there. And I'm like, I guess I have to replace a battery and a smoke detector now. And I have no 9-volt batteries. So now I have to get some 9-volt batteries. And next time we're over in the RV, I can replace it, because I'm not sure if it's one of those things that the longer you leave it, the louder the beep gets. I don't know. But there's this little beep. So I was like, never knew there was a smoke detector there that required a battery. And I'm like, it's been over 4 years since I bought the RV. I have no idea when that battery was last changed. But smoke detectors are typically like, what, once a year that you change them? And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do in this place, though, because I have the bedroom. In the bedroom, there's a smoke detector, and in the kitchen, there's a smoke detector. And we have the cathedral ceilings in there. So they're like, yeah. I don't have a ladder long enough to get up there. So that might have to be something with a maintenance thing that I put there. And if they say, oh, but this is your responsibility. Yeah, it is my responsibility. I will provide the batteries. I just have no way to get up there and change them. So we'll see what happens in the next few months. Anyway, but then I got back here, managed to get the stuff out of the car, grab a quick bite to eat, sit down, and then it was into Zephyr, you're being called to. Look here. Look up here. Look up here. It's the best I can get her to do, Kathy. And then then I was working this afternoon and getting some stuff done that I had to do for work. And then as soon as work finished, I had to go and pick up my mail, grab dinner on the way home, and we've just had dinner, and here we are. Yep. And I almost fell asleep while eating dinner. I just been all over the place. It's been such a fun day. And my orders have arrived. That's got my baking supplies in there. I was sitting here today and I was thinking, well, this is great. I've got things I can do to make muffins. I've got stuff here that I can make muffins with. I can make cakes with, all gluten-free, dairy-free, all of that sort of stuff. And I thought, I don't have a cake mixer. I don't have my KitchenAid anymore because I sold that before we moved from California. And I thought, I sold that. It actually ended up in Mexico because the woman that came to get it and that thing was, well, I'd had that thing a lot of years at that point. That was 4 years ago. Been here 26. That was 22. Been here 22 years at that point. And I'd had that probably about 20. It was probably about a 20-year-old mixer. And it still worked like it was brand new. It it took a lot of a beating, and it still worked perfectly, and it looked good and everything else. And so what I'd done is I'd gone through my cookbooks and sorted out which cookbooks I wanted to get rid of, and which ones I wanted to keep. And so out of the ones I got to get rid, anybody that bought any baking or any small kitchen appliance or something got cookbooks with it. So, you know, so I think I probably well undersold the mixer, because I sold it for like $50, and she got about 6 cookbooks to go with it that were baking books. She got 6 baking books to go with it. So yeah, that was kind of fun. You know, add more value. And so now I have to get myself a new mixer at some point. But I do have some gift certificates to use, so that will go towards the cost of it. But I'm going to have to save up and get those. I'm going to have to achieve certain goals before I can go get me a new mixer. So any mixing I do, any things I make and all that are going to have to be done by hand. And I'm like, when was that? Oh, that was the other thing too. I opened up my implement drawer at the RV, and I had a shopping bag then. I just threw everything into there, and yeah. It was a very rushed trip to the RV. I think we were there all of 10, maybe 15 minutes. And then I had a whole bunch of stuff that I threw into the back of the car, and we came back home. And so it's been a very busy day, but a very fun-filled day, a very exciting day, a very energizing day. I am absolutely whacked, and I've still got to take her for a walk because someone refuses to go to the bathroom in the backyard. So although she did want to go out the back when we got home, so maybe she did something out the back there. I don't know. I'll have to go and have a look later on to make sure there's no surprises out there, because we do have to pick it up quickly according to our rules and regulations from the landlord. But anyway, so it's been a very fun-filled day. Got a big project I'm working on at the help chat. And why have I suddenly gone? It's still got a green light. Sorry, my things just started going off and on. Not sure, don't know why. I got this new Wi-Fi thingy. It's a fiber optics. Got fiber optics in the house for the internet, and it's been working great. But you got this project I'm working on at work, and that kept me busy most of the afternoon. So it's almost done. Yes. But anyway, I'm out of here. If you have registered for networking, there's still time to register for Networking Riches starting tomorrow. I know that there's new material that's gone in there. So you can register at havetonetwork.com. It's rolling across the bottom of the screen now, about to disappear off that end. No, it disappeared. But here it comes again, across the bottom there. So yes, oh, and I had to leave Zeffie by herself for the very first time in the house, and she did great. She did great. I'd left her a treat on the front window sill because I knew that she would probably go to the front window sill to see where did I go. And I explained to her, I said, I'll be gone for about 30 minutes. I was gone for 40. She came and met me at the garage door there, and started telling me a big story. So yes, I got told off because I wasn't back in 30 minutes. And that was the other thing I pulled too, is my purple curtains. I got those, and now I have to figure out how to hang them across the doorway behind me, so that when I'm at Networking Riches tomorrow, you won't see all the boxes behind me. And I think I've moved the stuff around. I was moving stuff around over here so I could clear out the boxes on the side. So on this camera angle, it's like that. But when I get on the zoom one, it goes a little wider. So I got to make sure that box there can't be seen. So we'll be doing a little rearranging here tonight. And oh, I wonder if that has something. Oh no, hang on, because it's the weight. Yes, I have to figure out how to hang curtains from the doorway without leaving any marks. So if you have suggestions, please let me know, because I did bring my purple sparkle curtains with me. I've got 3 panels that I can use to hang across the door there, and they've all got big rings at the top for threading something through there. So we're going to figure that one out tonight. Yes, I know they won't go all the way to the floor, but it'll be enough that it will cover up what's behind me. So at least I'll have my purple sparkly background back again. Yay. So anyway, that's it. We're out of here. Have a super fun. Hope you had a super fantastic, sparkling, fun FriYAY. Let us know some of the fun stuff that you got up to today. And we will catch you guys back here tomorrow evening around 6 p.m. Pacific. And And if you're joining us on Networking Riches, please come. You're coming as my guest. It's complimentary if you come as my guest. Go to havetonetwork.com, going right across the screen right now. If you're coming to join us there, we'll see you at 8 a.m. Pacific time at the link that comes in the letter after you register at once you register, you will receive an email that will have the link in for tomorrow, and they suggest you be online around 7:45 so that you can get settled, get set up, and all that sort of stuff, so we're ready to rock at 8 o'clock. But it's going to be a fun day tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. So anyway, go out there, have a super fantastic, sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys back here around 6 p.m. Pacific tomorrow night. Hey, konera.